Welcome to Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, a land of breathtaking beauty, vibrant culture, and resilient people. Since gaining independence on October 9, 1962, Uganda has made tremendous strides. The struggle for freedom to the present day, Uganda has worked tirelessly. Today, we celebrate 62 years of independence and the remarkable progress Uganda has made. Let's explore the transformative infrastructure developments that have shaped Uganda since independence.
The construction of Uganda's much delayed $2.2 billion standard gauge railway is set to commence this year. The announcement by the government is a welcome development for importers and exporters in the landlocked country who have long endured sky-high transport costs and stages of engaging a Turkish firm to undertake the development of the SGR Eastern Route. The 273-kilometer line from Uganda's capital Kampala to the country's border with Kenya is expected to link with Kenya's own standard gauge railway line, which connects the Indian Ocean seaport of Mombasa. Uganda is banking on the railway to boost the speed and lower the cost of transporting exports such as coffee and tobacco.
The genesis of the Entebbe Express Highway was hatched 14 years ago, when a master plan for Kampala's transport system was discussed to allow infrastructure to match the growth of the greater Kampala area. Engineer David Luyimbazi, the man behind the creative team that designed the road project, says a plan had to be devised to ease traffic circulation.
From previous studies that we have carried out, we had carried out in UNRWA and the Ministry of Works, it was evident that the cause of congestion in Kampala is not by traffic that has business in Kampala. It's because the traffic that has no business in Kampala has no option but use the road system in Kampala.
The feasibility study was later completed by the Chinese in order to acquire the $350 million loan for the project. Before the construction could start, design adjustments such as shoulders, concrete barriers instead of steel barriers were suggested. It was also necessary to ensure that all bridges were consistent.
Museveni commissioned the new source of the Nile Bridge on Wednesday, officially opening it for use. The high-tech bridge, constructed by a Japanese firm, cost $125 million. The bridge is something of a huge attraction, and a half-the-kilometer walk across it is an emotional experience for some people.
It's a two road-sided, so we shall not have that problem of jam.
Schools are taking advantage of the new development, taking their learners on a tour, while other visitors take selfies to share.
Likewise, this one also, we are telling them the same, that the new bridge, it links the Busoga region and the Buganda region.
Leaders in Jinja district say this iconic bridge will definitely change the face of Jinja and boost tourism. Some are calling it the Jinja Bridge, the Nile Bridge, or simply the new bridge. Measuring 22.9 meters wide, the bridge has 4 lanes and is expected to last at least 120 years with good maintenance.
In the heart of Kampala, a story of progress and transformation unfolded. Residents and visitors had endured infamous traffic congestion, wasting precious hours stuck in jams. But in October 2021, a game changer emerged, the Kampala Flyover. Uganda $218 billion, approximately $59 million project funded by the government of Uganda, World Bank and African Development Bank was more than just a flyover. It was a symbol of Uganda's commitment to modernization. The construction began in 2018 and took 3 years to complete. As the flyover took shape, excitement and skepticism mingled. Would this flyover truly alleviate the city's congestion? Would it be worth the temporary disruptions? The answer came on October 20th, 2021, when the flyover officially opened. The flyover's 4 lanes and dedicated pedestrian and cyclist paths transformed the city's landscape. Rejoiced as the travel times reduced up to 30 minutes. Accidents decreased by 25% and road safety improved.
Geological surveys have been carried out in different parts of Uganda. Early findings show there could be significant oil and gas deposits in the Karamoja region. Oil experts are now analyzing the reports to determine the potential commercial viability. Uganda boasts of an estimated 6.5 billion barrels of oil reserves. Uganda is in final negotiations with a UAE firm to build a 60,000 barrels per day refinery. Civil works for the crude export pipeline are also progressing well after numerous setbacks. Uganda plans to build a crude oil export pipeline to evacuate crude from western Uganda to the Tanga port in Tanzania. The 1,400-kilometer pipeline will be constructed in an environmentally sensitive area running near lakes, rivers, and wildlife parks. This has attracted opposition from environmental and social activists locking out much-needed funds for the project, but Uganda insists the opposition is not in good faith.
Along the mighty Nile River in northern Uganda, more than a decade after construction began, the Karuma hydroelectric power station is now generating more than a quarter of the country's energy. It's the first step in an ambitious journey. The Ugandan government says it wants to more than double what it currently produces nationally by 2040, from 2,000 megawatts to 52,000. Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni says he's looking forward to greater energy security for industry. The Ugandan president, on commissioning the plant, says the station will spur the country's manufacturing. Construction of the power station began in 2013. It is one of the flagship projects between China and Uganda in the energy sector. China's ambassador to Uganda said the plant was another key step in the country's development. The project was hit by a significant rise in costs. It's been reported that the initial budget of $1.7 billion rose to almost $2.2 billion by the time construction was complete. 85% of the cost was financed by the Export-Import Bank of China, 15% by the Ugandan government, and there are similar projects to come.
Uganda has over the years relied 100% on the Kenya Eastern route to Mombasa for access to the internet sea cable. But that is bound to change after the launch of an alternative fiber optic cable route through Tanzania.
We have already connected the backbone at Mutukura. That's the one from Dar es Salaam to Mutukura and Kampala to Mutukura. We have already connected the backbone so that we can be able to share data and all aspects of connectivity. This is going to help us reduce the cost of data, the cost of internet.
The new route will pick internet from undersea providers in the Indian Ocean. The physical connection has already been done, but what remains is enabling the internet to run on top of the infrastructure.
And that route now will pick internet from our undersea providers in the Indian Ocean through Dar es Salaam to Dodoma, up Mwanza to Mutukula, or Mutukula as the Tanzanians call it. And then from Mutukula, we as NITA and the Ministry of ICT have also brought a fiber optic cable from Kampala and throughout the country connecting to Mutukula. So now we have interconnected the two networks of Tanzania and Uganda. It now provides us a secondary alternative route from Dar es Salaam.
Introducing an additional route brings competition, and eventually the price of internet is expected to drop significantly.
Internet now is still not at the price it needs to be. It needs to be lowered. So by introducing an additional route, we're actually introducing competition now, and the price should significantly go down. But we're also providing security for our internet traffic. Why should we have only one route if there is some intermittent drop from one direction of Mombasa? We should now have an alternative route through Dar es Salaam.
Since gaining independence in 1962, Uganda has made significant strides in developing its road network. The country's road infrastructure has grown from approximately 1,000 kilometers to over 21,000 kilometers, transforming the transportation landscape. In 1962, 1,000 kilometers were at independence. 1986, 55,000 kilometers, post-Idi Amin era. By 2000, 95 kilometers start of national road plan. That was the start of national road rehabilitation. 2010, 15,000 kilometers of major road upgrades were made. In 2022, 21,000 kilometers of current network was made. And the key road projects that have been made include the Kampala-Entebbe Expressway, which is about 37 kilometers, Kampala-Jinja Highway 80 kilometers, Jinja-Malaba Highway 130 kilometers, Mbarara-Kabale Highway for 210 kilometers, Northern Bypass 22 kilometers, Entebbe-Kampala Highway 40 kilometers. And the impact of these roads include improved connectivity between cities and rural areas, enhanced trade and commerce, increased access to healthcare, education and social services, boosted tourism, reduced travel times and transportation costs.
Protect them, guard them jealously. If you see anybody taking a unit or asset off our highway or expressway, report. If you've seen it anywhere, in any space or location, let us know, and let's build and conserve these roads together.
The heavy sound of machines can be heard from kilometers away as construction works at Kigali Hoima International Airport progresses. With a runway of about 3.1 kilometers, Uganda's second international airport will handle large cargo and passenger aircrafts.
The runway, as you have seen, is almost 95% complete. We are now on the cargo terminal building. You can see the structures are up. The air rescue firefighting station is also under construction. You would see the apron is also under construction. So generally, the site progress, the percentage is around 66.5% site progress.
The Minister of Energy and Mineral Development led government delegation and toured the facility. As the country strives to achieve its 2025 oil production target, building public-private sector synergies is emphasized.
We are carrying the baby, which we have to deliver alive on the delivery day.
Entebbe International Airport has undergone significant upgrades to cater to the growing numbers of travelers. The $200 million expansion project launched in 2015 aimed to increase the airport's capacity and modernize its facilities. The key upgrades here were a new cargo center, baggage handling system, the upgrades have improved efficiency, reduced costs, and enhanced customer experience. And the airport can now handle increased passenger and cargo traffic, making it a regional hub.